Most people think you need huge budget to master DevOps, but I'm about to prove you can do it for free. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I am starting completely from scratch with just my own computer to see if I can build a real breakable DevOps home lab for $0. This is episode 1 of my DevOps Home Lab challenge. So, why do we even need a DevOps Home Lab? Why do we need this? Because nothing beats from learning by doing, especially when you are allowed to break things and fix by yourself. Trust me, this is how I learned DevOps back few years ago. I had nothing but an old laptop and the official documentation, no paid courses, no cloud credits, just trial and error. You might have a question in your mind, what is a home lab? Okay? What is a home lab? It's your own private playground. It's your own private playground. You can create, crash, destroy with zero risk. Zero risk to your main computer. Here's how we'll do it. I am going to create a mini computer on my big computer. Okay, this is my big computer, and in this I am going to create a mini computer. And don't worry, if your hardware isn't fancy, you can still follow along. Even an old laptop or Raspberry Pi works. Now let's talk about VirtualBox. What is VirtualBox? Imagine, as I said, I will draw another very big computer. Okay, this is your own computer. It can be a laptop, desktop, it can be anything, but a computer. Inside this computer, we are going to install VirtualBox. Okay, on your main computer. So this is your main computer. Let me write this. Main computer where you are watching this video. Okay, in this computer, I am going to install VirtualBox. VirtualBox is a software which we are going to install in our main computer. So after installing, you can create multiple computers on top of this VirtualBox. Okay, I will draw few computers here. One computer, two, three. So you can create as many computers as your main computer supports. So it completely depends on the hardware. For example, RAM, hard disk. So these are like two main things I would say. You have to assign some RAM to one machine, two machine, three machine, hard disk as well. For example, 10 gigabytes, 10 gigabytes, 10 gigabytes. Okay. This is how you can create virtual machines on top of VirtualBox. There are so many other softwares as well, but this is free. I am using VirtualBox because it is free to use. I don't want to pay anything in this particular series, so I'm going to show everything free that you can learn by yourself. Okay, this is my spec. If you can see, I have 1 terabyte of SSD, 8 GB graphic card, 32 GB RAM, and 8 core processor. My computer is very powerful because I am doing content creation. I try to install a lot of stuff. I create virtual machines, servers. I play around a lot with different things at the same time. That's why I'm using so powerful computer. You can use half of this, or let's say 100 GB, 200 GB SSD is also fine. And 8 GB RAM is also fine for DevOps labs. If there is really need, you can try to invest in yourself, in your computer. You can drop your comments. I will try to definitely answer. If you have any questions about computer, please feel free to drop comments in the comment section. Then definitely I'll try to help you. Okay. Now let's look at the folder structure. How do we have? So I'm using Windows. DevOps Lab is my folder. I'm going to save everything in this particular folder, whatever I am doing today, and I will share it with you guys. Okay. Don't worry about any links, documentation, nothing. Just focus on the video and try to do practical by yourself. Follow the video and do it practical. First things first, I'm going to create a directory. For that, I'm going to use make directory command. In home location, I would like to do this hyphen lab. So you might think I already created a folder in Windows. Why am I creating again? So for your preferences and for your learning, I'm trying to create the directory once again in using command line. Command line is always useful, helpful, no matter which role you are in. I would like to tell you one a good suggestion. When I was starting out and using this terminal, it was a bit difficult in the beginning, but slowly, I was used to it. Definitely, you will be very happy in your career if you start using it right away. Now, let's try to download Oracle VirtualBox. For that, I'm going to go to their official website. So, if you want, you can go through the documentation here and understand more in detail. But definitely, I will try to cover a lot of information about virtualization in my coming videos. So stick around for the series. I'm going to click on download, and here you can see multiple options. I am using Windows, so I'm going to click on Windows. If you have Mac OS, you can go with that. Linux distributions as well. Solaris. So I'm going to click on this. The download of VirtualBox successfully completed. Let's try to install this. I'm going to double click on this. Say yes. So the installation process is like starting. I'm going to say next. If you want, you can go through the license. I already did that, so I'm happy with this. Click next. And here I can see some options. I would like to place in this particular location, so I'm not going to do anything. Click next. Network warning. Yes, proceed with installation. No issues. Missing dependencies. Install. Yes. And I'm going to select all these tick boxes. This will be, let's say, in the startup menu, I can see there will be a shortcut in the quick launcher and also register file associations. Click next. Install. So once this software is like installed on our machine, we should be able to create our first mini computer. Finish. And I can see my virtual machine is like ready. I already installed it. This is the second time I'm doing for the video. So this is my previous virtual machine. Please ignore this. So this is how the VirtualBox manager looks like. We have new, add, settings, discard, and start. So first, we are going to create a virtual machine. Click on new and give it a name. So you can give any name as you like. I would like to give the name as DevOps Lab 1. Okay. Followed by here, I'm going to select Linux. By default, it selected the subtype and the bit. So that should be fine. No issues. Then I'm going to click on next. Here it is giving an alert. No ISO image is selected. The guest OS will be installed manually. Fine. No problem. Next. I don't want to select that. Here, there's an option to give RAM, how much memory you want to assign, 2 GB. I'm going to give, you can give 1 GB as well. It depends on your configuration, as I said. And processor, how much you want to give, 1, 2. So I'll stick with 2. Click next. Create virtual hard disk. Okay. Use an existing virtual hard disk. Do not add a virtual hard disk. I'm going to create a virtual hard disk. 20 GB is fine for our use case. So I'm going to click on next. If you want to increase, decrease, completely free, play around with this and learn it, I would say. Okay, click next. Then finish. And we have successfully created our first mini computer. Now let's try to start it and see what will happen. So for that, I did start and normal start, preparing VM. So now I see an error. Virtual machine failed to boot. That might be caused by a missing operating system or misconfigured boot order. Mounting an operating system, install DVD might solve this problem. Selecting an ISO file will attempt to mount it after the dialog is closed. Okay. If anything goes wrong, maybe you get a weird error, something like this. Or your VM won't start. Don't panic. Honestly, when I started, I broke stuff every 5 minutes. Just drop your error in the comments and I might show you how to fix it in the next episode. Alright, mission accomplished. We built our first mini computer. What hardware did you use? Old laptop, Raspberry Pi, or something crazier? Comment below or share your setup. I'll shout out the best one in the next episode. And remember, if you have questions about hardware setup or anything DevOps, just ask. If you actually learn DevOps by doing, by building, and by breaking things in your own lab, you're already ahead of most people just watching videos. That's how I landed my first IT job. And if you stick with this series, you will be ready to impress in interviews anywhere in the world. Next time it gets real, we'll install Linux into our virtual machine and set up our first real server. And if I break it, you'll see everything live. If this video gets 10 likes, I'll drop episode 2 right away. So smash that like button if you want to unlock it. And of course, hit subscribe and bell icon so you don't miss turning a blank VM into a real DevOps server. See you in the next video.